What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. You guys have been asking me to dive into the archives and react to some Terry Hoseley, which I've actually never seen. I've seen him in person, like just watching some of the games, so I recognized him, but I didn't know who he was. Apparently, he's a legend in the one-on-one scene. I need to watch more of his stuff. So we're gonna watch this. Might as well watch one of our other favorite players, Uncle Skoob. This was on Uncle Scoob's channel. Go like, go subscribe. 119K. My guy, what are you doing? Let's get him to 120K. Terry Hoseley versus Uncle Skoob. I'm sure it's going to be real, clean, family-friendly fun. It's messing with my eyes. Ooh. My eyes got to adjust to this. Earthquake must be happening at the same time they're recording this. Wait, is it? Is it not make it take it? Oh, it's just like highlights. Okay. My bad.
So it becomes a lifestyle. You gotta do what others want to achieve what others don't. I can't make this up, y'all.
I'm just trying to inspire everybody, help everybody, motivate everybody, like in general, like.
Okay. I understand how he got to 119K. He making full feature-length films. Okay. Okay.
All right, guys, so before we get into this video, I really want to say, as always, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every one of the subscribers on this channel. All the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. This game right here was hosted by Terry Hoseley. Excuse me. This game right here was hosted by Terry Hoseley, a part of the Free Smoke Tour. He has like a one-on-one type of event when people line up against each other and play one-on-one. You know, no violence. It's a pretty intense atmosphere. I went to go play Terry on his home turf, and you know, we got into a good battle. So, with that being said, enjoy the video. Me and Terry will be having a rematch. So, this is the first game between us, but it won't be the last game. Expect the rematch from Uncle Skoob, me, versus Terry Hoseley. All right?
This is dope, man. Okay. Uncle Skoob was really putting on his channel. I need to go. We need to research into the lore a little bit more. I'm glad you guys have put me on these videos. Okay, earthquake resumes now. Oh. Oh, this was during COVID? We got masks and stuff. It's going to be hard to break down too much, but I'll stop it where I can. I'll try to just keep it going and more so just take in, I guess, the game and enjoy the video, because I do need to get my history lessons in. And as we know, like, the production isn't going to be perfect on some of these older videos, but I do need to do my due diligence and history and watch them. So you guys might as well watch me taking these in for the first time as well. What? The step back one-legged? What are we doing? Good hands. I was gonna say, Terry just played, like, so far from what I've seen, he's just very, like, solid. Very just solid so far. I guess winning matters. A lot of shot fakes and pivots once he gets into his pickup. And I think that's necessary when you're playing like 3 dribbles. Cheers. Onside step. Cross. Shot fake. Onside step. You remember how I was saying I hate when people lead with their inside step on this move? And it's because if Skoob gets contact here, it can push you away. But I like the onside step to step around. Good move. And that's what I mean when I always break it down. I'm like, you can do the same move with just better footwork. I think the crossover step looks better, like for fans and cameras, but like when you're playing, it just doesn't pair up with your moves as well. Right here, she's like, why did we get front row seats? Oh, I got some fire editing in here too. Hold on. If you hit the phone and touch the ball, that's a turn. Oh, who edited that? Cold. Now make your layups. Damn, they're just going to 11? Honestly, if Skoob just stays down and solid, because he hasn't hit a tough shot on him. So if he just stays down and solid and just makes his shots tough, like stop falling for the pump fakes after his pivots, or once he gets into his pivot. He's snowballing right now, so he's in the blender. But it's just like, take away the jab 3, don't give him straight line drives, but once you cut off his drive, just stay solid. If he's gonna pivot, bump into me and then fade away and make it, we'll live. But you can't just sell out on the pivots and then give up a wide open layup. He's bailed him out a few times, so then he backs up and he gives up the jab 3. That's like, you got to keep all those fundamentals together. They all work together. Honestly, kind of like what Terry just did to Skoob. That was a good straight line drive. Just be, I mean, it's 3 dribbles though, so it's tough. Just be on balance, create a little space, get into your fadeaway. Yeah, 4 dribbles is so much better than 3. I used to play 3 dribbles, so I preferred playing it just because that's what I was used to. But watching it, I think 4 dribbles allows for a little bit extra movement. Honestly, Skoob's improved a ton. Like, his defensive principles have gotten way better. And honestly, Terry's just playing he's just playing smart basketball. All of his moves kind of chain together, so he always has you guessing. But you can force him into certain options if you have a better game plan. But also, I don't know if Skoob watched the game film on him before or like really watched him play much. It's really tough to go play someone and not know how they play and just try to figure it out on the spot. Damn. Oh. all his moves just pair together so well. I've not seen much of Terry. He did the Scar before Scar. Yeah, we got to watch more Terry Hoseley. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Someone asked the other day if I had the chance to work with Uncle Skoob, what would I work on with him? Again, when I work with players, it's what they feel they need to work on most of the time. But if I were to offer a suggestion, this is what I would work on. All that was good. This drive, all of this is perfect so far. Get to the elbow. But then once you realize we're getting into that bump situation, he's cut me off, you have to like reset. You have to get on balance. But most players play rushed. So right here, Skoob's just like, I just got to go quick back to the middle and get into my shot. And so look at like his knee is pointing sideways. His foot is pointing sideways. Gets into his shot. And I mean, that's, you can't, like he jumps high enough to where like you can't really contest that. But a really good athlete can. But to make sure they don't, when you get into your spin, that shoulder needs to go into his chest. So you can actually, I think you're better off slowing down because you've already got the position. Shoulder into his chest, separate. I think that's more effective than trying to rush your shot here because that's really hard to replicate in practice and get a lot of reps up. Whereas when you slow down, boom, into their chest. Again, like look at LeBron, look at KD, look at Kobe, Jordan, everyone that's Dirk, everyone that's perfected their fadeaway. It's not a quick, super quick try to rush it. It's always like boom, shoulder into their chest, and they separate because it's the same shot over and over, and they rep it. And now you just take your time, get on balance, creating that space. Like they just can't close it out because you're physically hitting them. Boom. But that one it always feels a little rushed sometimes when he gets in because he's athletically, he's usually he's like a natural athlete. He can get into a lot of situations quicker than a lot of other people can, but sometimes you will run into another athlete. So it pays to be like, okay, this is where the fundamentals will carry me. The fundamentals will always carry you regardless of the matchup, whereas your special superpower can be added on top of it. And I think most players rely too much on their superpower. And then it's hard to go back and work on fundamentals. But once you add it to your game, it just gives you more options. Yeah. And let him shoot. Damn. Can't fall for shot fakes. Another shot fake. Again, they're both playing very similar defensively. Like having a game plan. I know this is an old video and I've already said like Skoob's better, but the one-on-one space is just getting better. The players are better. I think before you could probably, some guys you could probably just back off and let them shoot. Other players you could probably pressure too much and they couldn't go by you. But now players can do a little bit of everything at the higher end. So you actually have to have a game plan specific to who you're playing. But then you also have to like live with tough shots. So if you jump to keep them from shooting, well, you risk, that's high risk, high reward because you might get a block, but then you might give up a layup. So it's actually better to just stay down, hand in the shot pocket. And if they're hitting threes like this, you live with it because they're not going to make 10 of those, right? But if you fall for a shot fake, they can make 10 layups. Then if you back off, they can hit 10 open threes. But it's like, okay, I'll just make that as difficult as possible without being out of position. I'll force you one direction without being out of position. Like it's just, I'll force you into your pivots without being out of position. It's just like be in position, force them into the tougher spots, and then you can make a play when they don't have any other options. Again, good drive. When we talk about fighting games and how it's all similar, like you don't want to just throw out your best combo all the time. You want to force them into the corner so they can't retreat. You want them to have no combo breakers left. Once you get them into those tough spots, then you can start going on the full offensive. So same thing defensively, like jab step, shot fake. Like you let them exhaust those, but you stay down. You don't bite on them. And then they put the ball on the ground. It's like, okay, they're pump fakes. Like they don't have that option anymore, because once they pick it up, they can't dribble again. So then you get them downhill. They pick up the ball. Shot fake. Okay, he's burnt that. Now I can like close out and I've got him. Now it's like I've taken away so many options that I can actually just wait till he lifts up. I can wait till he's in the air, then I can contest. Or I can just push him off balance. Like he has no options now. Now I can be a bit more aggressive. Sorry for that. Good drive. Probably not a foul, but if they're not going to call that last one for Skoob, that shouldn't have been. But what do I say all the time, right? Like 50-50. Every time you drive and there's contact, they'll call it 50% of the time. And you can't justify it. You can't complain and cry. It's just, it is what it is. They call half of them. They don't call the other half. There's no rhyme or reason. Stay up on him. You foul, you foul. So what? Don't want to give that up. Oof. Good defense. Great defense. If he makes this, he makes this. That's one thing Skoob, I think, does better than almost anyone. Like, he's off balance here. Like, really off balance. This is not an athletic stance to be in. To instantly being over the ball. Like, what? That's wild. And so when you practice your moves, practice like you're playing against someone like Skoob. So when we talk about perfect pickups, this is a really good move by Terry. But look at the gather. It's just not perfect. So because it's not perfect, look at his gather, look at his footwork. Look at him trying to get his hands right for the shot. That's why I couldn't get there in time. So when you're practicing your moves, practice that being perfect. So then it doesn't matter if you're playing a Skoob or you're playing a scrub, right? Bars, you like that. Then it'll be the same shot every time. But most people aren't practicing at that speed, or they're not playing against people at this speed. So then you just get to a certain level and a bunch of your moves just don't work anymore. You can't understand why. This is like when you go from high school to college, you go from college to the NBA or college to pro. Like, it's just, there's always levels. Same thing in the one-on-one space now. So when you're practicing your moves, practice them full speed. Because this is a great move by Terry. But execution was like a 7 out of 10. Skoob's closeout was like an 8 out of 10. And here we are. Ugh. Again, I think 3 dribbles makes you shoot a lot more shots like that, because that's a decent look actually, rather than being bumping for. He's got that one, the mellow step back. But I think 3 dribbles makes you take a lot more bad shots, because as soon as you dribble and their hand is down, you're like, might as well shoot this one rather than getting stuck on the baseline with no dribbles. So, oh, he almost made that again. Now the counter to his other move. Look, he misses up the gather again. And again, when you're playing someone that's a good defender and they close out quick, that window just closes quick. It makes you play at a faster speed. So honestly, that's what Terry needs to lab out. Again, this video's old, I get it. Just breaking it down as if it were new. Straight line drive, get on balance, nice. That's good defense. He just anticipated the right way. Obviously, jab crossover would have like sent him and gave Skoob a straight line drive. Sometimes you just guess wrong, or sometimes the defense just guesses right. This is a good guess. Cut him off. And then you only have 3 dribbles, so it's not enough to really do much with a physical defender. Good defense. That's why I like 4 dribbles. It lets you get into your like second layer. This is what I want Skoob to do. Instead of shooting this shot, which Skoob normally does, like look how off balance Terry is. Just get back on balance into a look. This is a good game. This is a hell of a game. It's just going to 11, right? Yeah. Great defense. Just stay down. Force him here. Real basketball. Stay down. Great job. Oh. He just hits those, man. He's missed 3 of those. Five fouls equals free throw. Oh, so they used to do this. Okay. Is it from 3? No, it didn't look like it. Interesting. He's getting a lot of value out of that one-legged fadeaway. He hasn't made a lot. And again, we watch a lot of videos of Uncle Skoob, and I think it's his it's not his superpower, but it's his bailout. To me, that should be the shot when you don't have anything else. I do think, I got to remember this is an old video. I do think he used to settle for it a lot, or not settle for it. He used to go for that shot a lot, the one-legged shot. Now he's really trying to get downhill or shoot a 3-pointer. To me, it's just as effective. It's just as difficult to shoot a 3-pointer off 2 feet as the one-legged mid-range fadeaway, but there's more value in making the 3. And then they also have to come guard you, which gives you more layups. So I think he's cleaned up his game. He's a lot more efficient now, but he still made so many tough shots back then. Oh, that's game. Dang. That's a tough shot. That's a straight line drive fest from Terry. Okay. Dope. We definitely need to watch more Terry Hoseley games. I want to see more of these videos from Skoob as well. So go like and subscribe his channel. Get him up to 120K. Send me some more oldies but goodies. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.